Yeah, Felipe, I just wanted to get your thoughts on Raheem and Traylon Smith's play the last couple of weeks. Both of those guys have had fairly big days on the ground for you.
Yeah, I think that they've had, that running game opens up a lot of the things that we do in the RPO passing game. I think those guys have done a great job of just running hard, doing what they're asked, and then, getting those hard-earned extra yards when it's needed. Those yards don't come easy. So they've done a great job getting hard-earned yards when they run. So they've done a really good job, both of them. And in protection also, done a really good job.
Trey?
Hey, Felipe, obviously, when you came to Arkansas, Florida wasn't on the schedule then. Because of COVID, they're on the schedule. I want to ask, how many tickets in a non-COVID season would you need for this game to satisfy all your friends and family that would want to be there?
I don't know. Family comes first, one. And then I don't even know, man. I mean, I have a bunch of, obviously we're from right down the road, Tallahassee. So my mom and dad and a bunch of family will be there, but not too many people, try to keep under like 10, something like that.
Hutch?
Yeah, Felipe, I was wondering what your reaction was when you found out about Coach Pittman testing positive, and have you noticed any differences at all in practice or meetings or anything like that?
Yeah, I thought it was obviously not the ideal situation with Coach Pittman, but practice has been the same. Practice, the guys come out there motivated. It's another big week, great opportunity for our team. And then these guys do a great job every day coming out motivated, not needing any extra motivation, coming out here and going to work and getting the job done, knowing that the game isn't one on Saturday. It's one in between the week, in between, Saturday. So it's important that we go get that the work in, and those guys have done a great job of, not letting it cloudy our minds and keep going to work. So.
Brandon?
Yeah, Felipe, I just wondered what it's like as a quarterback to be part of the Florida program in 2018, where you were right in the center of getting that back up to top 10 worthy consideration and winning 10 games in 2018, to now being at Arkansas, where you've let it turn around and it's become the hot story in the SEC. Can you compare the two, and how strange is it to be part of two big stories like that, two different programs in the same conference?
I don't think I'd sit there and compare it. That wouldn't be fair to sit here and try to compare it. But I do think that it's I don't know how to explain it. Just being the competitor that I am, just being able to be a part of those stories is awesome. But, I try to live and do my work day by day. And then right now, just being a part of this journey with this team to finish out the season strong and to go out there and change things around here and the culture around here. It's important for me right this second. And that's what my main focus is on, and to win games. And that's always been my main focus ever since I've been playing, is just to win. And that's just me being the ultimate competitor. But being a part of those stories is awesome. And, it's a blessing at the end of the day.
Felipe, I want to ask you about your progress from a maturity standpoint in the last year or so. Talked to some folks at Florida, and they said there was a lot of criticism, and how you dealt with the criticism down there, and maybe in the last year how you've matured from that side.
Yeah, I think wisdom comes through experience, not age. In my opinion, personal opinion, and I think that just going through certain experiences, learning how to grow up at some point, and that's not just necessarily saying, hey, this kid's immature, but maybe there's different aspects of his game that he needs to improve on. And I think just taking all those and running with it, super important to me. Being able to take constructive criticism and know that somebody's not always getting onto you, but trying to help you, just depending on the outlook you have on it. And that was important to me. And everybody always has room to grow. We all have room to grow. So nobody's perfect. That's the way I look at it.
Mike?
There are fans who've called in and asked us if we had a chance to talk to you. They're going to the game. They don't know anything about Gainesville. They want to know where you hung out, what to do when you're in town, what you like to do. Give them some tips.
In Gainesville?
Yeah.
I was in Gainesville. It depends. I like to go a bunch of different places. I mean, I think the university, that's just the main road, is pretty cool. It's pretty eventful. Always something buzzing around there around campus. Good places to eat. You know, I don't know. It's a good spot, a good little spot for just activity. So
Yeah, Felipe, it looked like in a red zone possession this past week, you either got rolled up on, or I don't know if you're clutching your knee or your ankle. How's your body feeling heading into this game?
I feel good. I feel good. You know, getting late into the season, I think that everybody as a whole body isn't the greatest. You know, when you play long seasons, especially a 10-game SEC schedule, it's not going to be the best, but at the same time, that's when you got to be able to mentally tap in and go harder and go out there and still practice, because everybody's hurt, man, and everybody's sore. So it's just about going out there and still competing when things aren't always in your favor, like your body.
All right, let me know if you've got more. Hutch.
Felipe, looking at these numbers, Florida has given up some passing yards this year. It's not really common for them. What's your take on the Gators defense?
Yeah, I thought they played well. I thought Coach Grantham, I've had a chance to be around him. I think he's an awesome coach. All those guys on the defensive staff, I think they're really good coaches, and I think we got a great opportunity just for us, focusing on our offense, focusing on us as a whole, to go down there and play a really good team. Obviously, a top 5 team in the country, and we got a great opportunity to go in there and showcase our offense and how we perform, and crispen some, I don't know if that's a word, but just tighten some things up in our offense. So I think that's what it's mainly about for us. But yes, I think they got a really good defense. They got obviously really good players. I've had a chance to be around all those guys, really good players, motivated and coached really well. So excited to be able to play against really good competition week in and week out. That's what you expect.
Felipe, when you look at y'all's overall total offense, total defense numbers, they don't just blow you away, but you guys are winning games. And I'm wondering if there's some hidden numbers or just things like that have allowed you guys to be winning games that don't show up statistically necessarily.
Yeah, I don't think that you have to have necessarily really good statistics to win games, in my opinion. So I think just executing, you don't always got to do something flashy. But, the objective at the end of the day is to win. And whatever you do or can do to help the team to get that done is important. And I think that we use everybody on the team, whether no matter what your job is, motivating, whatever your job is, just do it to the best of your ability. And you got a chance to go out there and win. So, yeah, I think that you don't necessarily always have to have flashy numbers to win games. So.
Ty.
Felipe, you're basically top 6 in the SEC in every statistical major passing category. Jim Nagy, who's the director of the Senior Bowl, had some good things to say about you, some things he's heard from some NFL execs. I know you're not necessarily active on social media, but when you see stuff like that or when you hear stuff like that, how do you block all that out and stay focused on the task ahead?
Yeah, I think you just be mentally strong. I think it's easy in a world of distractions to get distracted about this or get distracted about that, whether it's a good or bad distraction. I think in a world of distractions, it's easy for that to happen. But just staying focused at this task, staying focused on the task at hand is important. The task at hand is, and Saturday we will be in Gainesville, and is to go win. And so anything that's other than that is you know what I mean? It's a distraction. So I don't try not to focus on that stuff. I just try to be tunnel vision onto what is going to help us win throughout the week. That's my main focus. Trying to focus on anything other than that, week in and week out, just winning.
Brandon.
Felipe, I was just wondering, when was the last time you got the chance to chat with Kyle Trask, and how would you describe your relationship with him, since you left Florida? Because I understand you guys were, I guess, buds and got along pretty well when you were there.
Yeah, we did get along pretty well. I thought that we always competed. We were there 4 years together, always competed. He drove me to get better, and I hopefully drove him to get better. And he's playing really well, as well as their team. So I'm excited to get down there and play. My first time playing against them, which will be fun. But our relationship's good. We're both competitors, but at the end of the day, one person's going to win and one person's going to lose. And, so that's our main goal right now, just to go win. But we have a really good relationship.
Curtis.
Hey, Felipe, quick two-parter for you. Obviously, there's a lot of familiarity there with you and those guys at Florida. So have your current teammates been picking your brain at all, trying to get a little scouting report or maybe some tendencies on those Florida guys? And then on the flip side, knowing that they're very familiar with you, does that make you feel like you need to throw in some new wrinkles or change your approach at all going into the game?
No. So to answer your first question, I just try to be a helpful in any way possible that I can. So if those guys do have questions, they come up and ask me. I don't mind whatever sharing. But obviously, it's a new year as well. So schematics change over year to year, and for me, I think that they'll scheme against our offense. Hopefully, I mean they will, and so I don't know. I don't think it's too much of trying to scheme around me or us trying to do too much. It's just just go out there and just execute what the coaches are saying. The coaches do a great job here, and here is scheming up what we need to do to be successful on Saturdays. And I think we just following that plan will give us a really good chance to go out there and win this coming up Saturday. But if anybody needs help, I'm always open book. So yeah.
Last one, Scotty.
Hey, Felipe, before you came in, we were talking to Ricky Stromberg. What's your rapport with him, and what's it been like watching him develop since you got to campus?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I love Ricky. I think he's a hard worker. I think he comes every day, man, and just works his tail off. And being able to be the center and lead all those guys on the front, the way he does, the way he goes about his business, and I love that about him. And I think that's the first thing that I always see in a person is how ambitious are they. How do they go about their business? And Ricky's a guy that it doesn't ever change. It's day in and day out. He goes about his business in the right way. Great person, takes care of his other teammates, and it's a great guy to be around. Great teammate. A guy that I would want to go to war with. So I like Ricky. I like the way he's developing. I think that not even just me, Coach Davis, Coach Pittman. I think a lot of the guys, everybody will say that about Ricky. Really good dude and a really good player.
Thanks, Felipe.
Thank you.